Somebody's smoking in here. Eee! Are you smoking again? Ew, what a nasty habit. Habit. I want to teach you a new vocabulary word, habit, and I'm going to teach you what it means, how to pronounce it, some idioms that go with it, a couple of other phrases we use to talk about habits, and then we're going to do a little test with some collocations. You ready? Let's go to the board. Habits. Notice he said, what a nasty habit. Well, what does that mean exactly? Habit. 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 That's the proper way to say it when you see this word. It's a usual way of acting, so it's something you do on a very regular basis, or you do it all the time. You will notice the word habit when we talk about the simple present, because we use the word habit or the simple present to talk about our habits. I like to eat hamburgers. It's like a habit. Not exactly, but you get the point. I do it regularly. I work at this school. It's like a habit because I do it regularly, or it's my usual way of acting or doing something. So now you can see why I'm teaching this word, because we use that word to talk about the simple present, which is grammar. You got a free grammar lesson there, son. Hope you're happy. Let's go back to the second meaning. Something a person has done repeatedly until they don't have to think when they do it. So sometimes you're like, and someone goes, "You're biting your nails." Oh, I didn't notice. It's a habit. It's a bad habit. There are good habits, by the way, and I'm going to just quickly talk on them before I go over here. Good habits are things like going to bed early, right? Or studying with engVid, studying your English every night to make sure you get better at English. These are good habits. Brushing your teeth, right? Remember, the habits you have will help you become the person you want to be. Keep that in mind, okay? Now, as I finish that, let's go to the board and talk about habits. See this one? This is Dracula. Oh, I want to bite your neck. He's a creature. You might say monster, but in this case, creature, monster, or animal. A creature of habit is somebody who likes routine. They like doing regular things. It brings them comfort or makes them happy. So some people like to go to work, after work, come home, sit down, grab a beer, put the television on, and that's what they like to do. They don't want to party. They don't want to go see their friends or play video games. They want 1 or 2 beers, watch TV, go to bed. Creatures of habit. They like routine. They don't like it changed. Okay? Number 2. That's a hand. Okay? This is wood. So sometimes in karate, you see people go, "Yeah!" Poof, and they break things. When you break a habit, or if you need to break a habit, it means end, stop a habit. You're tired of doing something like biting your nails. You go, "I need to end this. No more, no more, no more. I need to break that habit. It's embarrassing. It makes me feel bad, or I look bad." So you need to break habits. Remember, there are good habits, but to be honest, when we usually talk about habit in English, it's usually bad habits. If you talk too much about your good habits, we think you're bragging or saying how good you are. "I save all of my money. I'm so good at saving my money. I'm the best." Oh, this reminds me of somebody. "I'm the best saver in the world. I am the best doer of homework in the world. I always do my homework." I'll probably say, "Shut up. I don't want to hear anymore." We like to talk about our bad habits, and we tend to, or we have a habit of keeping our good habits to ourselves so people don't get angry. Number 3, force of habit. Think of Superman. Dun, 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 dun. It's very powerful, right? Can do many things. A force of habit means your habit, the repeated behavior, is so strong that you don't think about doing it. It just happens without you thinking about it, sometimes you just have this force of habit. I didn't even know I was doing that. It just went to my mouth. So a force of habit means I'm so used to doing it, or I do it so much, that sometimes I just, I'm talking to people and I did it again. The force of habit is so strong with me, it happens all the time. How about number 4? Have you ever tried to change or stop a habit, something you do regularly, but you have a really hard time doing it? We say this one is old habits die hard. You can see the old man and the gun. Bang, bang, bang. And the old man keeps getting up. You shoot him, he gets up again, and he gets up again. You're like, it won't die. I don't know what it really means, but oh crap. See, I tried to stop the habit and it came back. This habit won't die. When you say old habits die hard, it means it's very difficult to change. I want to change, but it's very difficult. Okay? And how about number 5? Kick. When you kick a habit, see my man saying, ow! It means to end it. It is similar to break a habit. If you notice, there's either a foot or a hand being used to stop or break something. Like this. Break the habit. Stop it. Okay? Now, there are a couple ways to talk about habits without actually using the word habit, so you don't have to keep repeating creature of habit, break a habit, force a habit, old habits die hard, kick a habit. Sometimes we say to fall back into. If you fall back into old habits, or fall back into it, it means you go back to your old habit. So maybe I used to smoke, I stopped for 10 years, and one day I'm at a party having fun, have a beer, and I go, hey, I'll have a cigarette. You go, I just fell back into my old habit. I went back to doing something I stopped doing. Okay? You don't want to fall back into old habits. Another one is to have an urge. An urge means to have a strong desire or wish to do something. Now, an urge can sometimes be okay, but in the case of habits, it means if you haven't had a cigarette and you're like, I have an urge to smoke, it means the habit is still inside me and it wants to come out and it's very strong, so it makes me want to do something. Remember we said you do it so much that you don't think, you just do it? When you have an urge, it's almost like something is coming inside or out of you going, do it, you want to do it. So if you have a strong urge for like junk food, fast food, that's a bad habit, right? So you're like, oh man, I want a burger. I got an urge for a burger. My habit is to eat junk food, and now I want one, a strong desire or wish for it. Leading me to talk about habits. What kind of habits do you have? Good ones or bad ones? Why don't we go do a test and take a look at some bad habits people might have? Ready? Okay, so we talked about habits, and I wanted to give you some, what we call some bad habits that people do. And I've got them over here. So why don't we talk about bad habits for a second? Okay, swearing. When you say like, you and all those bad words and they bleep them. Bleep means they take them out. So F you or that's swearing. Now, if you're really angry, it's, it happens. You hit your foot, damn! But if you say every second word is a bad word or a swear word, that's a bad habit, and you really should stop because your mother taught you better than that. Nail biting. You've seen me this whole video doing this. Many people think it's bad because, well, under your nails is dirty, and if you bite them, you put the dirt inside and it can make you sick. Ugh. Smoking. James Dean, go look it up. He was cool when he smoked. But smoking can sometimes make you sick, and it makes other people go, ugh. So that's a bad habit. Eating fast food. I didn't get this great body of mine by eating carrots. I love hamburgers and pizza, just like you. But if you eat too much fast food, like McDonald's or Burger King, too much of it's not good for you. It's a bad habit. You should really eat good healthy foods like apples, oranges, potatoes. Pick your nose, okay? I can't do it. I'm not going to, but here. See? Getting it deep. See, look. Really in there now. Picking your nose. Some people eat it too. Ugh. Picking your nose is a bad habit. I once saw someone do that on the subway in Toronto. They got up, they picked it, ate it, and put their hand, and I was like, okay, not touching that. Not touching that. That's disgusting. Watching too much porn. Oh, yes. I know you're on the internet. I know you're watching me now. Don't do it. Stick with the English lessons, okay? You need to get a job or learn English. So watching too much. Good habits. Eating healthy food. Broccoli, cauliflower, celery, having your apples, drinking water. That's a good habit. Good habit to have. Cleans you, makes you feel good. Exercise, working out, going to the gym. Another good habit, watching engVid once a day. Take a video, right? Okay, no more pandering. You're here already. So these are habits, both good and bad, but they give you the idea of repeated behavior that we do. And remember, if you repeat it enough, that's who you become. If you do too many bad habits regularly, you become a person you're not too happy with. If you do a lot of good habits regularly, you become a person you're happy to be. I know it sounds, me, but it tends to be true, right? Anyway, enough life lessons. Let's go to the board. Time to test your habits for studying, or habits of studying. Let's do number 1, or A. Old habits die hard. What would that be? Did you say difficult to end a habit? Yeah. Remember the old man? Difficult to kill, right? Difficult to end a habit. What about number B? Break a habit. Remember? Break. If you do remember it, you remember it is 4. End a habit. That's good. You're doing well. So the next one. C. A creature of habit. That's right. To do something because you like the routine. It makes you feel comfortable and happy. That would be number 2. You're a creature of habit. You like the things that make you feel good. How about D? Force of habit. Oh, sorry. That's right. It's so strong, you do it without thinking. That's a force of habit. Biting my nails. And the last one is fall back into what? Yeah, I know, it's right there. Number 1. It means to return to old behaviors or old habits. Well, I hope you enjoyed the lesson and you learned how to say habit, pronounce it, its meaning, a few idioms, a couple of bad habits and good ones, and I'm going to give you a place that you can go practice doing the quiz and keeping up your study habits. So go to www.engvid, or ing as in English, vid as in video, and I want to say thank you once again, and don't forget to subscribe, okay? So touch your screen, touch with your pen or your finger, and subscribe. Look forward to seeing you soon.